In this video, I'm going to explain the Vibora, what it is, when to use it, where to play it, and most importantly, how to hit it properly. Let's get straight into it. So, what is the Vibora? First of all, the name Vibora translates from the word snake in Spanish, and that's to do with the preparation of the shot, which we'll get onto a little bit later. But basically, the Vibora is an attacking overhead shot designed to hurt your opponent. You play this shot in the air with a lot of spin, and the idea is to either kill the point or at least set up the point to then kill it afterwards. You're trying to basically put the opponent under a lot of pressure and cause some damage. Pretty much every player above intermediate level and at pro level uses the Vibora on the regular. Moving on now to when do you play the Vibora? Well, first of all, when the opponent plays a big lob, you would move back and then take the ball out of the air and play the Vibora. Especially on this left side, it's very typical that a ball would come up and then I would attack with the Vibora. You can play this shot on a very easy ball and look to kill it, or you can play this shot on maybe a deeper ball and play more of a maintaining Vibora to then retake the net position. All right, now moving on to where to play the Vibora. On this left side, you have a lot of different options, and it doesn't really matter too much, but the ones I'd recommend is, first of all, about 60% of the time, I'd want you to play the Vibora cross court. This one here, okay? That's really common. If you watch the pro level game, you'll see on this left side, if I'm playing, the ball goes up, I move back, and then I play cross court. Another good area that you can play is obviously straight down the middle. Like most shots in paddle, down the middle, we play the Vibora. And then finally, on this left side, the other option is to go straight down the line. So very natural angle for you. Ball comes up here, and I rip it straight down the line into that corner. But what I would say is probably 60% of the time you're gonna go cross court. Probably 20 to 30% of the time you're gonna go middle, and then maybe 5 to 10, you're gonna change up and rip it down that line. If you're playing the Vibora on the right side, I'd also recommend going cross court, but even more because it's the natural angle for you to come here and go cross. Obviously, you can also go down the middle as well. But for this, I'd recommend, again, 60% cross, maybe 30, 40% down the middle, and only the occasional one down that line, but really you'd maybe play a different kind of shot down that line because it's quite an awkward angle. If you are left-handed, you should always be playing on the right side, and you should just take the advice that I said for the left, because it's the same, it's just flipped. So on the right side, left-handed, playing cross that corner, middle, or down the line. Okay, so now moving on to how to play the Vibora. This is probably the part of the video you've been waiting for, and I'm going to split this section into 5 easy steps. So by the end of the steps, you're going to know exactly how to play the Vibora. Before we start this section, make sure to subscribe to the channel. There's only a small percentage of you watching this are actually subscribed. It helps me out a lot, and it just takes 1 second. Let's start with step 1. All right, so section 1 is grip and preparation. We have to start with the right grip. So I'm going to show you on the racket now. We need the continental grip for the Vibora. Okay, this is the grip we need here. So you can see, I'm putting my hand on this. I'm not too far around this way. This is perfect. And my pinky is on the bottom of the racket as well. So I'm holding it nice and loose. I can get good flexibility and leverage on the shot. Without this grip, it's borderline impossible to play the Vibora and get the spin. And also that grip is perfect for all the paddle shots. So make sure you get that right first of all if you want to play the Vibora. As you improve and become more advanced, you can even turn it slightly more this way to get even more side spin on the shot. But this here is okay for now. So let's go through the preparation of this shot. This is absolutely fundamental to getting this shot right. I'm going to do it on the left side. This is the most common side. You can just mirror it on the right side if you're a right-sided player. So step 1, as soon as that ball comes in, we're going to turn side on, move the feet towards the corner, and the shoulders are really going to turn as well. That's step 1. You cannot play this shot square on like this, okay? We need to turn like this to get that rotation. Next step as well, left arm is going to go up, and the racket we're going to prepare like this, behind the head. I'm going to make sure it's closed as well. So we're not preparing like this open. This is a very common one, people preparing like that. We're going to get a really floaty shot there. We're going to close the racket. So when the ball comes in, I'm going to come through and we can come up like this. With the left arm, make sure you use that to point towards the ball. So as you become more advanced, you don't necessarily need to actually point. You can just stick your arm up. But a lot of new players learning this shot like to point towards the ball because it helps with their timing. So as the ball comes up, I'm going to point to it and then I'm going to strike. And then as I strike, I then rotate the left arm round. So arm goes up and then we pull it away and then hit. And then we play the shot. Section 2 of how to play the Vibora is the contact points. This is another fundamental error we have to get the point of contact spot on. Big mistake with the Vibora is people contact way too high, almost up here like we're playing a top spin smash. I want you to contact the Vibora here at eye height, okay? Because we're looking to come round the ball and we need that ball to stay super low on the glass. So how that would look is something like this, here, and then play there. We're coming around it, but I have to let the ball drop in order to get that spin. The next thing as well is I'm gonna contact in front of me and out to my right as well. So another mistake is players contacting too far back. This one here, and the body weight's going backwards. I'd almost rather with this shot that you're reaching and leaning too far forward than you're contacting behind. So the ball's there, and then you get your body weight behind it and come round the ball. Just before we move on to the next section, make sure to check out my online paddle store, Everything Paddle. We've got tons of rackets, loads of information to help you choose the perfect racket for your game. Go check it out right now. Section 3 of the Vibora, we're gonna go over the actual motion of the shot. Probably the most important part of it. What are we actually gonna do when we hit? We need to come through this ball. We're not gonna hit straight down like a smash. Another really common one is we hit the Vibora like this. We're going down like we're hitting a smash. The Vibora, you're coming through. So the ball comes up, and I'm going through the ball. I'm coming round the ball, but the actual motion is through, not down. So starting from here, we're then gonna throw the elbow and wrist into the shot. So here, and then we're gonna throw in. Another really important thing with the motion is as we come through, we're not gonna come over like this. We're gonna come round, and then almost as if we're holding a plate or a tray here. So the ball comes up, and then we're coming through like that. It's this shape here. Okay, so I'm round the side of the ball and coming through here. Section 4 is the type of spin. This is another fundamental for the Vibora. We have to get the right spin to make it that snake action that we want. So with a typical forehand volley or bandeja, you're gonna slice the ball. There's your slice. With a smash or a rouleau, you're gonna kick the ball with top spin. With the Vibora, we want to generate side spin. So I've said a few times today, we want to come round the ball here, okay? So this is the type of spin I want, okay? So maybe 3, 4 o'clock on the ball. That's what creates that really difficult spin to deal with. If I'm receiving a Vibora in the corner and they get the right side spin, it's 10 times harder to defend. Very hard to get off the back glass. So this is why we prepare around here as well. And then we're going to throw the racket around the ball to get that side spin. Off the glass, it's a lot harder to get if you get the right spin here. It stays low, but it also kicks out at tough angles. Okay, section 5 is extra technical tips. This is to take this shot from a 6 or a 7 out of 10 to that 10 out of 10 perfect Vibora. So first of all, mention this a few times, it's really important. Prepare the racket closed, keep the racket closed. And what that means is it's closed, angled like this, almost like it's facing me, rather than open like this. It's a really common one. This would be better preparation for a forehand volley or bandeja. Closed here so I can get that side spin, yeah? The next tip would be to plant the feet and bend the knees slightly. So this is when obviously you receive the ball from that overhead, that ball comes up nice and high, you move back, plant, bend the knees, and then play this shot. Make sure we're not moving when we play this shot, but also a lot of people hit it and then go off balance. Planting that feet, solid foundation, and then strike. Next technical tip is to prepare as early as possible. It's the same for pretty much all paddle shots, but as soon as that ball comes up, you need to train your brain. As soon as the ball comes up, your racket comes up straight away. So when I'm teaching this shot, I often go, play the lob, and as I do it, I shout prepare. As soon as the lob comes in, you should go straight up like this, instantly. Then you're ready, then your timing will be way better. The next tip would be to hit this shot at 60, 70% power. A lot of people, because it's the Vibora and it's very aggressive, you think you have to absolutely cream it every single time. You can hit this at a decent pace, this pace here, and it's still gonna be very effective. If you get a really, really easy ball, then you can accelerate and go maybe 80, 90%, but you're not gonna hit this all out 100%. Also, if you're deeper in the court, you can play this at 30, 40% power. If I'm here in the court, for example, I'm a lot further back and I'm on the back foot, I could play it at that speed. Still an effective shot, allows you to maintain the net and get back in. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, make sure to hit subscribe, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you in the next one.